In this video, I'm going to tell you how to microdose psychedelics. My name is Alice. I'm from A Whole New High. Welcome to our channel. So what is microdosing? Microdosing is to take a tenth to a twentieth of a psychedelic substance, which can be psilocybin, magic mushrooms, LSD, even ayahuasca, San Pedro, or even Iboga. You take a very small amount, so little that you do not feel high, but they will still activate some brain regions that are usually not activated, and they can help you to really center yourself, to find yourself, or to feel more like yourself. Even with little microdoses like that, the spirits of the substances can teach you little lessons. They can help you to see patterns that you're stuck in from an observer perspective. They can help you if you're stuck in very negative thinking, shift your focus so that you notice more things that are positive, that are happening in your life. So there are lots of things that microdosing can do. Lots of people use it also to open up to their creativity. People use it to help when they're depressed. There are lots of different uses for microdosing, and the benefits have not really been scientifically studied yet, but there are some universities that have started studies now, so we're looking forward to seeing the results soon. But until then, we only have anecdotal evidence, but that anecdotal evidence is very positive, coming from all around the world, and lots of people love microdosing. You can find many videos of people saying what microdosing has done for them. But today we're going to talk about how to microdose, in case that you want to know what to do, how to prepare your substance, how much to take, and also how long to take it. Because some people microdose every single day. We from A Whole New High, we do not recommend that. First of all, if you do it every day, there's a high chance that you will build a tolerance to the substance that you're using. So at some point you'll have to take more and more and more. Otherwise you won't get the benefits anymore. So it's important to always take a break between a microdosing day and your next microdosing day. And also because we from A Whole New High feel that we do not want to become addicted or dependent on a substance. Let's do it in a way where we can actually learn from the substance and not become so dependent on it that we want to use it every single day of our life. Again, here I need to say that I'm not recommending the use of illegal substances, so please don't do it if this is illegal in your country. So the protocol that we use when we microdose is from Dr. James Fadiman. And he wrote the Psychedelic Explorer's Guide, and he came up with a wonderful microdosing protocol that I'm going to explain to you now. So the protocol is that you take a 30-day cycle to do your microdosing experience. And in these 30 days, you're not going to microdose every single day. You are going to microdose on every 4th day, which means you will start on Monday with a microdose, then you have a Tuesday and Wednesday you take nothing, and on Thursday you take your next microdose. And from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these 3 days, they build one cycle, and you will have 10 of these cycles in these 30 days. You can also spread it out a little bit more. It doesn't have to be done in 30 days, but it's important to do these 10 cycles very close to each other. Then the first day you will take your microdose. How to do that I'll explain very soon. You take your microdose and you will feel some effects of the microdose. Be aware if you feel high, you have taken too much. You do not want to feel high, you just want to feel more centered and more in touch with your emotions and thoughts. That's when you found the right microdose for you. So you will feel these effects on the first day. On the second day, you will still feel some of these effects. Sometimes in the second day, even a little bit more than on the first day. And on the third day, you'll feel sober again. Now, why do we leave 2 days in between? It's because we want to have one day in which you're completely sober to integrate whatever you've learned in the first 2 days. So to give you an example, one of the things that many people report is that when they microdose, they naturally want to eat healthier food. So they go to their fridge, and even though there's chocolate in there, they go for the green stuff. And then on the second day, when the microdose still shows some effects, it's also still very easy to do that. And then you have one sober day where it might be a bit harder because you want to, like, you tend to fall back into your old pattern of going towards the chocolate. But then you can take the lessons from the first 2 days and remember how good it felt to eat that salad and go for the salad again on the third day. This was one example. This can also be the microdosing. The substance might show you the patterns of your thoughts in the first 2 days. So the third day is there so that you, while you're not on the microdose, can still observe the patterns of your thoughts and learn from the first 2 days where the substance helped you to do it. You can also use the third day to journal, to really become aware of what has changed through the microdose. These are usually very subtle changes, but to become more aware of them, you can write them down and slowly but surely, like, take this third day. It's very important to change your patterns and always have a sober day in between to do that. And so you have, this is one cycle: first day, second day, third day. With the first day you take the microdose, and the third day is a sober day. And you want to have 10 of these cycles close to each other. If you put them right next to each other, then it will just be 30 days. But maybe you have a day of work in between where you do not want to microdose because you have to give a presentation and you don't want to risk it. So you just start one day later for the next cycle, and you will stretch it out a little bit. Now, the question is, how much is the microdose? And before you start your 30-day cycle, it would be really good to find out your personal microdose, because it varies so much from person to person, how sensitive we are to these substances, so that we need to find the right dose for us. Usually, for example, they say for psilocybin mushrooms, for dried psilocybin mushrooms, you should take around 0.25 or 0.3 grams. Now, if I take that, I am so high, there is no way I can cook my meal, because that makes me really high. I'm a very sensitive person. So I would suggest that if you try out mushrooms for the first time, to start with 150 grams. See, do you feel something? Do you already feel a little bit high? Then it was already too much. Do you feel something? Do you feel absolutely nothing? If you feel absolutely nothing after about an hour, well, then take maybe 50 or 100 more. And then you can just go up in little steps until you find the right dose for you. Same thing with LSD. There, the recommended dose for a microdose is 10 microgram. This is usually okay for me, even as a sensitive person. Sometimes I would do a little bit less, but 6 to 8 microgram. And some people don't feel anything with 10 micrograms, so they want to go for 15 or maybe even 20 microgram of LSD. For any other substance, I invite you to have a look on our website. I have put a link below where you can find some information about how much to use. And then once you find the right dose, you can start your microdosing experience. The next question might be when to take your microdose. So just in the morning, after you've waken up, you take your microdose. Then you can have your coffee, your breakfast, anything, really easy. And yeah, just take it before your coffee. and you'll be fine. You could also take it after your breakfast, but it will take much longer to kick in, and it will not be as effective. And you want to for sure take it in the morning, because especially with LSD, which has a very long time to last, if you take it at lunchtime, it could prevent you from sleeping because it's active for 12 hours. If you take it in the morning, it will be really perfect. And for some people who have sleeping problems, insomnia, it can actually help to sleep because you often feel less anxious. How to measure your microdose. So if you have psilocybin, magic mushrooms dried, you can just put them in a coffee grinder, an electric coffee grinder, and then fill them up into capsules. You need a micro scale to weigh them, and then you can capsule your personal microdose. And for LSD, that depends. Do you have LSD drops or do you have LSD tabs? Because if you have a drop, and you have to know how potent one drop is, because one drop can be 100 microgram, but it can also be 300 microgram. So once you know how potent your drop is, say it is 100 microgram per drop, you drop it in a liter of water, and then you will know exactly that each 100 milliliter of that liter will contain 10 microgram of LSD. If you do not have a drop, you can take a tap. Again, here you need to know how much microgram are on your tap. So if you have a tap of 100 microgram, you put that into a bottle of water and you leave it in there for 24 hours so that it can dissolve into the water. Yeah, if the tap is 300, you put it in the bottle, and then you know that every 100 milliliter will be 30 micrograms. So if you want to have 15, you take 15 milliliters out of it. So this is just some mathematics that you need to do there, and this is also written on our website if you need to read it to remember it. And then there's just one last thing to say to get the best out of your microdosing experience is to set an intention before you start. You can set an intention on every day one of each cycle, or you can set an overall intention. The intention will just make you more conscious throughout the day, and when you reflect back on day 3, when you journal with the intention, it will just give you more focus on where you want to go with the experience, how far you have come already, and how far you still need to go. So setting intention makes the whole experience more conscious and can really help giving you therapeutic benefits. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Put them down in the comments. I will answer them. If you have experienced it microdosing and you want to share something that I didn't say, please let us know in the comments as well. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to our channel, and we hope to see you again. Thank you for watching.